Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They did it. 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 The Philadelphia Eagles have signed Saquon Barkley to a 3-year, $37.75 million contract that could be worth up to $46.75 million and includes $26 million fully guaranteed at signing. Barkley beats the franchise tag number and has a maximum average per year salary of $15.83 million. Holy crap. Holy crap, they did it. Ladies and gentlemen, I literally just got done recording a whole video. And this is the tough part about covering a team and being a content creator. I'm going to drop the rest of the video after I talk about this. But at the end of that video, I was literally just talking 2 minutes ago about Saquon Barkley and why the Eagles need to get him and why they should get him, just echoing pretty much what I said yesterday. And the phone starts blowing up. The Eagles got Saquon Barkley. Holy crap. My initial thoughts, this is a home run signing. They just splashed in on Bryce Huff, which you'll hear about in a few minutes. And now they chime in and get Saquon Barkley. They take him away from New York. This is very shocking because I did not see the Philadelphia Eagles paying, $15.83 million per year to a running back. Essentially 13 to 15 mil in that range. They never do this. They don't usually like to do this. Last time we got burned with, DeMarco Murray those days. But Saquon Barkley's a game changer, man. I don't know if he can still be a 3-down back. Maybe he can. But I want to look at Saquon Barkley's stats for a minute. So once again, here is Saquon Barkley's stats. We talked about this yesterday, okay? He has played 6 years in the NFL. Feels like he's been in the league for 12 years. He's only played 6 years. He's had 4 1,000-yard seasons. He almost had a 1,000-yard season this past year. By the way, most of these years were not that good with the New York Giants, like in terms of their whole team just stinking up the joint. And this guy has been a numbers monster. Like, this guy just continues to pump out the production. And, the 1 year he only played 2 games. Like, he was burned out by the New York Giants. I remember at one point when they were giving him like 30 carries per game, just stuffing him into the ground. And, obviously, he went to Penn State. He understands the area. He knows what it's like to play in Philly, being a competitor for the last 6 years. But holy crap, man, this is insane. You look at the Eagles' offense now. Obviously, they have a new coordinator, a new scheme coming in. But with Jalen Hurts, Saquon, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, holy crap. Holy crap, man. They must have had the pitch of a lifetime to bring him in. Now, again, this brings responsibility. As I was just saying at the end of the video that I'm going to chop out, the Eagles need to have a running identity in some way, shape, or form. Like, they can't come out here and do what they did with DeMarco Murray, where they don't give this guy any carries and, he ends up just fading away. No, you are now paying premier money for a running back. You need to utilize him, and Saquon can take the carries. He can take the load. Again, you don't have to be a 3-down back, right? You can take some of that pressure off him because you have such deep weapons on the outside. This is a home run signing. I can't believe how he did it, but he really did it. And now you have Bryce Huff, who's one of the best defensive linemen in the entire free agency, signing with Philly. You have one of the best running backs in the league signing with Philly. And here we are, man. The Eagles are back, baby. We are so back. All right, man. Now I'm going to let you hear about Bryce Huff and the video I just recorded before we got into that. We'll start you off with something light. That's right. Landon Dickerson coming back to the Philadelphia Eagles, of course, on a 4-year extension. He wasn't going anywhere. We already knew that, but a really, really hefty payday for Landon Dickerson. And let's be honest, the guy's already an all-pro lineman, and Howie Roseman has done a great job drafting in the trenches. Now he's got another guy locked in for a long time, especially with Kelsey retiring. This move just made way too much sense, and the Eagles had to get it done. They got it done now. Didn't even, let it get to the point where he needed to test free agency or anything. So shout out to Howie Roseman and the Eagles for securing one of the best interior linemen in the entire league already. Also, in other news, DeAndre Swift decides to head out to Chicago. He has agreed on a 3-year, $24 million deal. We'll talk about what this means for the Eagles, but shout out to Swift, man. You got him for a 4th-round pick. He came in. He probably could have been utilized a lot more. I feel like we say that about a lot of Eagles running backs. And you know what, man? He had a 1,000-yard season, and he finally cashes in on a payday after having a really good season, even though the entire bridge collapsed, right? He comes back to his hometown and balls out, and now he's going out to Chicago, who, by the way, seems to sign all these former Eagles for some reason. They just love the Philadelphia Eagles, and they also ended up signing Kevin Byard to a 2-year deal worth $15 million. The Eagles had cut him last week. So now the Bears cash in on 2 former Eagles, right? They have TJ Edwards and other guys as well that used to play for the Eagles. So shout out to Chicago for getting a couple of their free agents. It will suck having Swift leave, but there was no way the Eagles were matching $8 million per year. They don't usually do that for running backs. Keep in mind, don't usually do that. Talk more about that in just a second. What do you think about the Eagles? Because they actually just cashed in. That's right, on one of the biggest defensive linemen in the entire free agency. And before we jump into that, let me give a shout out to our sponsor of today's show, BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up with the code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. So find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today with the bonus code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. And if I had to be a betting man a week and a half ago, based on the reports, I would have said, okay, Bryce Huff is coming to the Philadelphia Eagles. And what do you know? What do you know? Bryce Huff has cashed in, signing a 3-year, $51.1 million deal with the Philadelphia Eagles once free agency begins. The deal will make Huff the highest paid non-quarterback undrafted free agent in NFL history. Think about that. The highest paid non-quarterback undrafted free agent. That is incredible, man. Think about going undrafted, former undrafted player out of Memphis, and think about, okay, you're trying to survive in the league. You're trying to make a name for yourself. And now you just got over $50 million. Credit to him. That is the type of hard work and mentality and grit that this city loves. And Bryce Huff is the newest defensive end for the Philadelphia Eagles. We actually just talked about him in our video yesterday. And I said, yeah, it does feel like how he's going to sign this player. Looking at the numbers, right? He wanted $20 million per year. I'm sitting here at first going, I don't know about this. Because you look at the numbers, this past year, he was incredible. Shout out to Brendan Deeg. Bryce Huff, 67 pressures on only 334 pass rush snaps. I think he played less than half the snaps. And he had an 86.8 pass rush grade, the highest on the Jets, 22.9 pass rush win percentage, best in the NFL. And he had 10 sacks and 21 QB hits, only 25 years old. So obviously you're banking on this potential, and you're banking on him being this consistent every single year and really picking it up, because you look at his numbers, right? He didn't really break out until this last season. But now you're banking on his potential, and really you're trying to be an early mover in the market, right? If he ends up playing like this the next 3 years, the Eagles are going to look like geniuses. Now, if that was a one-year wonder and he ends up falling off, then, well, you're stuck with a pretty bad contract. So at first I'm sitting here going, man, that is a lot of money for a player that had one really, really ecstatic season. But as I'm sitting here thinking about this more and processing it, this is a damn good deal, man. The Philadelphia Eagles are rumored to be shopping Josh Sweat and Hassan Reddick. And what is Howie Roseman doing? I portrayed this perfectly on yesterday's video, and it's playing right out. He is trying to get better and younger. The same thing he did after the Eagles collapsed in 2018, 2019, when they went downhill. 2020, it all fell apart. What did Howie Roseman do? He traded off guys that, are pulling the heartstrings that you really love, that have been a part of this franchise. And, now guys are retiring, etc. And he went out and got younger, and he got better. Plus the Eagles have a ton of draft capital. I would expect them to even target these positions in the draft. So I honestly think they're going to trade Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat now. And they signed Bryce Huff, who's only 25 years old and is really, really good, had a really good year. And I think they're going to address it in the draft as well. And think about who you have coming up from the woodworks, right? Jalen Carter, who started off really good last year. Jordan Davis trying to live up to his first-round potential. The Eagles are going to be just fine in the trenches. Really what they need to address is safety and linebacker, and I believe they will do that here over the next couple days because there are rumors swirling. But now that I think about it, man, you have to think that this guy is going to continue this in some way, shape, or form, right? He's probably not just going to fall off. I mean, he did this with the New York Jets, and imagine what he can do with a lot of talent on this Eagles defensive line. And man, I was just watching some of his highlights, the way that he's able to make it look so easy, getting to the quarterback, has great technique, great footwork. And man, I think this guy's going to be a player. I think Howie just cashed in and he got him before his value gets really, really high. So shout out to the Eagles for getting this done. They finally make their first big splash of free agency. Ladies and gentlemen, give me all your thoughts on this signing and all other things free agency-wise down below. Appreciate you tapping in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.